Well, hello there. Good night to you all. So I will now will make my review for Carnival episode 9. So this episode it was interesting in several points. They were interesting. The episode starts when the last one ended with Yogi still going berserk on the northern lands where they were sent, and doing the fact that he goes berserk, the two Varuga that he was fighting, they kind of withdraw, and then we have a scene with Nei and Tsukumo, and Tsukumo kind of say to Nei to wait because Nei kind of feels that something is wrong with Yogi and begins crying for his name, and so Tsukumo kind of decides to go back and check things out. So she leaves Nei in a hidden place and she goes back, but during the process she encounters the two guys that were fighting against Yogi, and they kind of beat her up and wounded him very bad and kinda kidnap her. Then we see the situation with Gareki and Yoki because when Yoki was going berserk, that roots that came from the ground kinda lunged at the direction of Gareki, and I actually was thinking that he would be attacking Gareki, but after all he did not attack but kinda protect Gareki, kinda protect him, making some kind of cocoon, a shield, and then he kind of opens that, and Gareki comes out, and Yogi is kind of acting weird. He does not have conscience about what happened and so on. And he at the start he do not recognizes Garek. Then Garek kind of headbutts him, and the air of Yogi kind of returns to normal. He kind of remembers the name of Garek and so on, and he becomes inconscient. And then Gareki kind of brings or tries to bring Yogi to the plane, and in the process he meets Nei with the snow doll, and they kind of head to the ship or to circus, and at the same time we see that the two Veruga kind of took um, um, Tsukumo to a big mansion where a party is being held, and it's the mansion of Yusuke and Karoku, and that guy with brown hair that is always with Yusuke and with Karoko. I think the name of the guy is Uta, and the two Verugas kind of work for him. And then when Uta finds that they bring that girl Tsukumo to the party, kind of slaps him, slaps them, or we almost like a punch, pretty hard. And but I think they kind of were saved because they kind of bring a small box or that with something inside, and Uta was quite pleased by that. So apparently that's probably the reason why he spared that two guys. And then he kind of orders them to go looking for Tsukumo because she frees himself. And then she bumps with Iris. The girl kind of cries with the people, the guards and so on. And Uta came along, and then these two guys also pop up, and later on when they are alone with Uta, like I say, punches them and then orders them to go find that girl. and because he does not want to let her roam freely on that place. And Tsukumo, then she is kind of escaping from the mansion. She goes to a garden or to woods inside the mansion, something like that. She is being pursued by bestial verrugas and so on, and then she kind of sees a compound with flowers, and she enters, and then she meets Karoko, and Karoko also already appeared at the start of the episode, saying he has a great head hack and so on to Uto, and he was kind of resting in his room, and he heard Nei's voice when he was crying for Tsukumo when she was captured. So the connection between Karoku and Nei is kinda, I don't know, it's almost like telepathic communication in a way. I don't know if to make Nei, Karoku kinda gave up of some part of himself. That's strange. All this situation is quite strange. And then Tsukumo kinda jumps at Karoko and grabs him from behind and through the neck, and she kinda tells him that for him to not make a move and so on, and to put his hands on her, and he kinda do that, and then he kinda with, because he has a hand with two rings, he kinda touches Tsukumo harm with that hand, and then she kind of sees that one of the rings kind of has a small needle. Well, I guess he kind of injected paralyzing drug, something like that, because Tsukumo kind of falls on the ground and is inconscient. And that's it. On the parts of Tsukumo, I don't know what excuse me, Garek, Karoku, I don't know what will be the plan of Karoku. I don't know if Karoko will help her escape. I don't know if Karoko will intend to use the girl to kinda make an exchange for Nei. Um, Probably he will tell Uto that he found the girl eventually, I guess, or maybe not, I don't know. But since the start of this series, I kinda judged Karoko as a great villain and so on. Now, I'm not so certain. I recognize that something is wrong with the guy, but I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it, and that's good. Also, we have during the episode a speech with Uta when he's going to take the box to safety, and he's kind of a monologue, and he's talking with himself, and he says that the government works with Kafka, and that circus are puppets and so on, and but the government does not have any chance because they want power, they want more suicide things, and apparently that's the reason why parts of or some members of the government were working with Kafka. That's my understanding of his monologue. Then we go to the people of Circus, and Gareki is kind of able to bring Yogi and Nei to the ship of Circus. Then the other guy with Azana, the guy that was kind of the piloting the ship, and he works at the research, one of the research divisions of Circus. He is kind of talking with Akune, the doctor, and he is kind of worried about what could have happened and so on, and then Akune kind of says for him to go get some rest. And then Nei and Gareki go to a battery of medical tests, and all is fine. And we also see Yogi linked with the machine and so on. So Yogi is in pretty bad shape. And then Akune kinda takes Nei and Gareki to a room and kinda begins questioning them about what happened and so on. And Gareki then begins questioning Akune because I guess Gareki has the feeling that Yogi was a Veruga, and I also get that feeling from the last episode. But apparently is not in a way, because even the explanation that Akunu gives, well, is very mm, far-fetched for my liking. So the explanation is that Yogi has a big allergy, and that allergy was worsened by the contact with the Veruga. Well, I don't know if that can be true or not, but I don't believe it. So these guys of Circus also did something to Yogi, and even to other members of Circus, because if they do not make any experiments, they could not have the powers they have. So something is also fishy on that department. The doctor kind of tries to convince Gareki. Gareki is asking some questions. He is not fully convinced that Akune is telling all the truth and so on, but he does not insist on the conversation. And then um, Akune kind of says to Gareki and Nei that they will now be transferred to the first ship under the care of Tsukiyashi, the guy with the red hair, because Irato, the commander of the second ship, now does not have two members of his forces, Yogi that is in the hospital and Tsukumo that was kidnapped and disappeared. So the second ship apparently, I'm guessing, it will be out of commission for a while. So they will now, Gareki and they will be changed to the first ship. And then we have a scene with Nei and Gareki on the room, laying on their beds, and Gareki is kind of questioning Nei. So you do not understand all the conversation I have with Akune. And Nei kind of says that he understood, but Gareki does not believe him and kind of goes sleeping. And then we have a monologue with Nei saying that since the time he knew Gareki, he is now able to understand things a lot of better. And he kinda, in the silence, he kinda feels the emotions, the sadness, the silence, the pain, and so on, coming from Gareki. And apparently he kinda also decided to stay near the window, eventually to hear Tsukumo voice. So Nei, in a way, is kind of developing his human nature, let's say on that way. So, well, this episode was a good episode. The series has gaining pace again, and that's good. And well, this is my review for Karneval episode 9. Hope you enjoy. Stay well. Peace. See you soon.